Hello, fight fans. I'm that boxing writer, Jeremy C. Harridges, bringing you an exclusive interview with Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Jarrell, thank you for talking with me today. I only wish we were talking under different circumstances. As far as the context of our conversation, obviously it's revolving around the news that hit on Saturday, June 27th. Mike Coppinger tweeted out that you tested positive for GW 1516 for a second scheduled bout in a row. And I'm just going to hit you with the question that's probably on everybody's mind right now. How in the world could this happen again after a huge debacle the first time last April with Anthony Joshua? Tell me how and why this happened, if you have an explanation for it.
First thing I can say is that a lot of people don't understand what GW 1516 is, and there's not much I can really say on the whole matter because, due to legal legalities that we're dealing with right now. But let's get one thing straight. This is not a needle in the booty. This is not a needle in the stomach. This is something that was ingested. We don't know if it's contaminated, on and so forth, but we're investigating as of right now. And me and my team are just working due diligently to get the facts 100% straight.
It's going to be hard for people to accept that when they hear you say that right now. They're assuming, right, that, hey, you have this in your system, that you're responsible. And I know that VADA's rules even say that you're responsible for what goes in your body. Now you're talking about the possibility of the ingestion of it, something along those lines. Do you have an idea of what that would be? If you're going to expect the public to accept that, is there a substance that you have in mind that would have caused this?
We do have some speculation, but like I said before, we're still investigating everything, and we have things sent out to the lab. But me and my team are working on it, and we're getting everything in order. And all the information will come out as soon as it's available.
As far as substances, and I think this is where a lot of people are going to be skeptical, and obviously there's a history of this at this point. There's a track record. Now looking at this and talking about this drug in particular, a lot of people would assume that, hey, after the first time, or after the Joshua fight where so much money was on the table that was lost, I think you even said it in multiple interviews that I'm going to be extra careful about what I put in my body. I'm going to be diligent about what I put in there. I'm going to look at everything. I'm not going to even look at a cheeseburger the same way again. When you say that, it's assumed that, okay, he is going to be super diligent. Is there a reason why you weren't this time?
No, we were super diligent. The thing is that there is information that will come out eventually. And one thing I say is before that, I've made mistakes, big mistakes, losing financial rewards with AJ. That fight hit me hard. Me and my team have, legal advisors. We're dealing with this current situation. So I can't say too much, knowingly. I know I messed up again with the world watching. I know it sounds crazy, but why in the hell would you think I would go back and do something repeatedly, knowingly, that I'm coming back in my return fight with the financial setbacks and the hardship that I'm dealing with in my life? So, I want the general public to think about that. And like I said, when the facts and everything come out the right way, we'll deal with it.
A lot of that, people are going to take that as kind of like a double jeopardy thing, that he's using that as an excuse to protect himself. Regardless of that, whenever you ingest a substance, if it's a supplement or anything along those lines, whether it's a pill, whether it's cough syrup, it's expected. And I know that VADA, having gone through their policies, expects you to list all of that on a sheet for them.
Correct.
Do you think that, first of all, I'm going to ask you, whatever the substance or substances could be, do you feel confident that you listed that on the sheet and that's going to come back that you had it on there?
Yes, most definitely. Like I said before, due to legal reasons, I can't go into things, but this item was listed. It was listed through my lawyer. VADA is known, and they do know about this product that was ingested. So it was beforehand of the fight was even being scheduled. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I'm saying. There's legal terminology and dates that are involved with the current situation. And like I said before, the minute we get everything concrete and we get the legalities of it, you'll know more information about it. But I tell you, like I said before, this is not a steroid.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to still wrap my head around this. And I know when a lot of people hear this, that they're going to be trying to do the same thing. If you knew that this was a substance that had the potential to be damaging, why did you take it?
Well, the whole thing is, if I knew it was a substance that was damaging, I would not have taken it. You know, I've spent thousands of dollars on my own products that I've taken from either sponsorships or just products around my house that I put in my own pocket to spend, to get tested, to make sure they were clean products. And we did not find out where GW1516 came from the first time around. After I spent my own money after the AJ fight already fell through, I took it on myself to figure out where this came from. And it's not till recently we found out possibly of where this product or where this compound came from. So like I said before, if people really do their research, they'll understand what GW516, which is actually known under 5 different names. So like I said before, when the legally part of this stuff is able to come out, we will handle it head on.
I know that after the whole coronavirus pandemic hit, that VADA came out and said, hey, we know that this is going to be tough to test people during this time. We're teaming up with Banned Substances Control Group to give athletes the ability to test whatever substances they have. So from April till now, athletes that are enrolled in VADA can say, hey, here are my substances, test them for me. I'm assuming you didn't take them up on that.
Well, let's get something straight. Now, nobody has ever contacted me or let me know of any legalities of what VADA was doing. But like I've always said in the past, there is a miscommunication with fighters and VADA. And I feel like once my situation gets cleared up, we will figure out a way to educate fighters, not only myself and others, of being a better fighter, a better human being, and a better person, but to also educate the general public on knowledge of these compounds and products. Because you cannot have everything that's bad, supposedly steroid. That's not the fact. And that's the problem. You know, not everything that somebody's got caught for it's a steroid. That's not the case. And that's the problem that we're having now.
Of course, and no one's accusing GW15 and 16 of being a steroid. However, it is
by far.
It's a banned substance that has been shown to have huge gains when it comes to endurance and fat burning, which is why it's banned everywhere. You know, so I want to say that it is a substance that's on the radar and something that is used as a performance enhancing drug, regardless if it's a steroid. It just serves a different function. So as far as looking at the aftermath of all this, there have been a lot of people that took a chance on you, including Jay Prince, who was really vital in getting you signed with the co-promotional deal to Top Rank, and Bob Arum. He's come out and stated that he's very disappointed with you. Have you talked to Prince and have you talked to Arum? And if so, what have you said? And if you didn't, what would you like to say to them?
What I can say is that I've done my research and my homework and my due diligence to do my best to not make this happen. And all I can do is apologize to Bob and Bob Arum, apologize to Jay. But at the same time, I did do my homework. I did put my best foot forward. I did let VADA know circumstances. I did my part. I did my part as a human being, as a fighter, to put my best foot forward to get this stuff ahead, and was notified to Jay Prince's lawyer about the situation before it even ever came out. So like I said before, I can only apologize to them. And I'm going to get with my team, and we're going to get the best legal advice, get everything in order the right way. And when the information comes out, you know, everybody will understand. And if they don't understand, then it is what it is, man. This is all facts.
Well, talking about if they don't understand, I mean, if they're going based off of VADA, you know, which has a pretty good track record of being one of the best testing institutions within the world, you know, people are outraged. I mean, do you realize how angry they are about this?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, nobody can be more outraged than me. You know what I mean? I'm the one that lost millions of dollars. I'm the one that have his career on the line. So, like I said, ain't nobody gonna be more outraged than me. But I have to think with a straight mind, and I have to figure it out, sit down with my team, and get everything in order, and just get everything done the right way.
The vast majority are calling for you to be banned from boxing for life. Have you considered the possibility that you may never box professionally again?
Yes, I think it's definitely crossed my mind, but absolutely not. I should not be banned. I'm prepared to accept my suspension, and I'm willing to do my monthly testing duration for my suspension. But to be banned for life, no, you're out of your mind. Because, like I said before, I've did my due diligence. I've Miss Margaret from Goodman. I've been constantly in textings with her. The minute she called me, this is where I'm at. What do you want? Blood or urine? Here you go. So I was not running. I was not hiding. I'm not going to hide or run from the situation. But like I said before, due to legality in my case right now, we have to take our best foot forward and get everything done the right way before it comes out to the public.
Well, and again, you can't run from this situation because that would disqualify you right off the bat. There were rumors that in 2016 you did run from a drug test and that you didn't agree to take that. Is there any truth to that?
Never, 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 never.
As far as having this happen again, because a lot of people are going to look at this as, okay, he's crying wolf. He's coming up with another excuse. As far as taking ownership of the situation, I thought the single best moment that you've had during these different situations is when you released the Instagram video back in April, the previous time. When I saw it, I saw someone that is accepting responsibility, as someone that's taking ownership of the situation. And then several months later, you went on IFL TV and backtracked quite a bit. And a lot of people lost faith in you because of that. You kind of talked about a substance, again, for GW 1516 having a tainted substance. You talked about what you thought was a stem cell shot. And a lot of people aren't going to believe you this time around because they never got a great explanation the previous time. And it's hard to believe that you took what you thought was a stem cell shot. There's never been any evidence from that to prove that there was any credibility to anything that you said regarding that.
So, like I said before, at the time when that situation happened, I had dealt with it. And due to this case going on right now, things will come to light with the facts. And when that time's come, we're going to deal with that situation again. If that comes up in the front of the court and in front of the commission. Like I said before, there's a lot of things that I would love to discuss with you that I cannot due to legality of it. But like I said before, there is proof behind these things, and it will come out in due time.
Well, I can just talk about from the journalist perspective that obviously going all the way back to that, if there was a doctor that wasn't true to what they said or an institution that wasn't true to what they said, if there was lawsuits filed, if there was paperwork that you had a banned substance that tested positive for it, I mean, that would go a long way in clearing you. And I would think that if you release that information, if it was there, that a lot of people would say, okay, I'm more prone to believe them than just throwing the book at them right now. Do you see a date where that type of information would ever see the light of day?
I think it's definitely possible. I think it's definitely possible. Like I said before, the main thing is getting with my legal team and figure out the best step in processing everything and getting out to the public after we deal with the Vada State Commission, And I know that everybody's calling for my head, but at the same time, we have to put our best foot forward and get all the facts straight and give it to them. Let them judge me based on this, not based on the past and without the proper information. And that's what's going to come down to.
I know that Eddie Hearn, who's worked with you in the past, provided a statement to Behind the Gloves. He said, and I quote, "I feel sorry for him because I think he has a psychological problem and I don't think he can bring himself to fight without taking PEDs." Is there any truth to that statement?
Of course not. Of course not. Of course not. Like, you'd be crazy to think that. I'm very educated. I'm very street smart. I understand certain things. Very better than a lot of other fighters. Like I said before, what has happened is it's sad. I'm angry about it. But like I said, there is an explanation for it. And me and my legal team are working on it.
I'm going to ask you straight up. Have you ever willingly taken PEDs, and have you ever willingly taken a PED for or before a fight? In the long history of the multiple tests and things that you've tested positive, did you ever take any of them on purpose?
The long history of PEDs. No, I've never, ever willingly take a steroid for performance enhancement purposes. No. Did I take something for healing properties, for injury? Yes, I've had. Before a fight to win a fight and during a training camp, no, I've never done that.
Well, and I know you repeated that, like it seemed like you were offended by it, and I'm sorry if you are, but when you have,
Oh,
tests going back to 2014, there's nothing I can say about it. The track record's there, and you've been banned multiple times.
no, but see, that's a problem. That's a problem with interview guys in media. You guys don't do your homework. I was not banned in 2014. But if you go back and do your homework as a media guy, you will understand what the legality of that situation was. Then you
They
understand what kind of media really stands for. But I thank you for
they
your
did
time. Go do your homework, buddy. I appreciate you, and you have a
they
good
didn't
day.
suspend you for DMA for 9 months.
No, they did not. Check
They
your
never
facts.
did.
No, they did
Okay,
not.
I'll go do that, Jarrell. Thank you. And that's Jarrell Miller, everybody. Thank you for joining us.